Okay, so I had some time to freshen up a little bit, and so now what I want to do is to scale this. So the scale here is going to be the top position of the canvas here is going to be 1, the value 1. The bottom position is going to be -1. So every time I move a square, its center point is going to get scaled to vertically to that uh, proportion. And every time I move it horizontally, it's gonna it's gonna fall in one of 127 128 possible um, ranges horizontally, and that's because I want the waveform to have 128 data samples. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to divide the horizontal size of the canvas into 128 pieces, and I'm gonna have to, every time I drop a square, I'm gonna have to find out like in which of those 128 regions the center of the square lies, right? For each square position, that's what I have to calculate. Um, Now, I think I'm gonna have to extend my square class because currently there's no method for me to find the center of the square or like the position of the center of the square. So I'm gonna write a method that gets the center to get the point so that I can iterate over all the squares and sort of extract their horizontal as well as vertical position uh, on the canvas. Like just like a to transform their position into a data sample for this thing right here, right? So I'm gonna just write a couple of methods here for that. The waiver.js. So for a square, uh, pointer in, and I'm just gonna say center, get center. hmm Context dot canvas. Yeah, like just yeah, just get the center. So I guess the center is gonna be the difference between like vertically. First of all, vertically, the center is gonna say canvas height equal canvas height is gonna be context dot canvas dot height. Uh-huh, I guess. Yeah, that's the correct name for that. And then canvas width, context dot canvas dot width, and then the height. I'm gonna get square center, square center, square center x is gonna be equal to the position of the square, this dot x position minus this dot size divided by 2, and square center y is going to be this dot y position minus this dot size divided by 2 as well. So no, plus. That's the center. That's where the center of the square is. Because the position is actually the position of the top left corner of the square. So I have to add a half of the size of the square's size to the horizontal position of the left top corner, and also to the vertical position, right? Okay, so that's the center. That's the center. That's the width and the height there. And now to find whether the formula to get the scaled height of the data point, the data sample, the scaled y position of the sample is gonna be um, so I'm gonna have to subtract. Let's see, let data y equal to canvas height, or rather square center y minus canvas height, because if I move this square, which is if the square's center is right vertically right on the half of the canvas, then the value for that data sample should be 0 vertically. If I move it a little bit up, then it should be this. It should, oh no, it should be this from the top to the center. Yeah, so it should be the half minus this. Okay, so it is the other way around. It's center height. Okay, no, canvas height divided by 2 minus square center y, right? And I'll let data x equal, and this is the one that's going to be a little bit tricky because it's going to have to be like rounded, probably. So I'm going to have to round here, because if this point here is, okay, I'm going to have to sort of divide this into 128 chunks. So I'm gonna say 128 chunks. I'm just gonna hard code that number there, or or I could actually use a variable called uh, samples. How many samples? So no, like, yeah, how many samples? So the samples is gonna be 128, like just the standard amount of samples for a data set. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide the width of the canvas by 128 to get the chunk size. And I'm going to find out how many chunks to the right of the zero, of the horizontal zero, the square is, to know to which sample it belongs. So, right. So for that, I have to take this value, like where the square is horizontally, and divide it by the chunk size, right? So the square center x divided by the chunk size, which is canvas width divided by the samples, is gonna give me the sample, um yeah, the sample point. Now This is gonna be a little bit tricky because it's just gonna give me samples for a couple of points. And I guess what I want is also all the points in between. But I guess I can sort of process that. Yeah, I can maybe process that using some kind of a function after that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a processing after that. So this is gonna be math dot, could be round or floor. I'm just gonna round it, whatever. Math dot round this value. And so what I'm gonna get out of this is an array, and I guess I could, yeah, so 128 points. So what I want here is, I guess, okay, so I'll put, right, yes, and also this part here. Like now, instead of this output here, what I'm gonna get is, okay, now yes, I'm gonna move this below, yeah, the squares, yeah, like here, and here, for each square. Square, drag square, no, that's below this part here where the squares get drawn finally, at the end of the dragging, so that's like the final position of the squares, I guess. I'm going to let the sample array equal an empty array, and then for each square, oh, or rather, like, uh, yeah, samples, samples. Okay, so I'm just gonna so I'm gonna add like a sample variable somewhere, like let no num samples equal 128. Hmm. But I need like a new array that has declare new array length, JavaScript, how to initialize an array's length, new array, and okay, yeah. So new array with num samples, and for each square I want sample r. Okay, so okay, so maybe like samples get center, get center x and get center y. Like I'm gonna split this into two variables and return. So the get center x is gonna be the the x, I mean, which is gonna be this, not this one, not this one, and not this one, and I'm just gonna return data x, and for the other one it's gonna be not this one, this is vertically, this is horizontally, get center y, uh, y and the y, and then I'm gonna return data y, and so I'm going to say here that I want to sample r square dot get center y comma square dot get center oh, center y, center x, and center y. Hmm. Center. Uh, okay. Center Y. I got it all wrong. I got the width. Okay, center. No, no, no. I got it. I got it right. Yeah. Center X is gonna be like the nth element of the array, is X, and this is gonna be square dot get center Y. Now I forgot that I have to normalize this Y so that it's within the range of plus minus 1. So this just gives me the positive or negative value, but like the maximum value is going to be samples divided. It's going to be that value. It's samples divided by 2. So this divided by samples divided by 2 is going to give me something within the range of plus minus 1, maybe, right? And so what I want this to produce is sample R, so that I know, what I'm gonna be outputting there. Okay, so yeah, currently we have no samples, but if I start moving this here, I also have no samples. Okay, sample array get center X, so and I don't get like any console errors. So I guess I'm just going to kind of no console.log like square get center X and square get center Y like this. Just want to make sure that I'm not getting X data X. Okay, just save this. Okay, so console get center X samples. What? What is this? Okay, so I'm actually returning the yeah, this the actual function. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. One. Okay, so it's actually like okay, because it's not really taking the center of the thing there. So, okay. Hmm. So it's not taking the center, it's taking the corner, which is not what I want. It's not what I want. Get center X. Hmm. Let's see, like the base case here is 0. So this one is, yeah, that's kind of working there. 5, but like, so there it is. It's in 0. Move it a little bit down. -1. That's -1. And this is +1. Oh, that's kind of weird. Could it be that it's a subtraction rather than an addition for this? For the, no, not the, this is probably plus this. Oh, samples divided by 2. Well, I guess that's good enough. I'll maybe solve the mystery of the range some other time. It's okay. That's okay. Now I need to process this, uh, which is gonna be kind of difficult because, like, okay, so it's gonna be a method that's gonna look like gonna start here, and it's gonna go like it's gonna count how many empty, um, like null, you know, spaces there are in between here and the next, value, and it's gonna sort of create, you know, a sequence between this and this value. That's gonna, go, in this case, it's gonna go from 0.96 to all the way to 0, in little steps. And the same for like all the rest of the array, right? And so the idea here is, okay, so let me just sort of resize the canvas, because c dot width equals maybe 700. There we go. That's a lot more comfortable there. Okay, something like this. So the array is working as expected. Very nice. I just have to fill in the voids. So I just want to make sure that what I imagine the values are is correct, because I think those are null values, but I may be wrong. I don't know all the empty, values from JavaScript, but I'm pretty sure it's probably null or something like that. So where's the variable though? Where is it? Somewhere in here. Here it is. So before displaying it, I'm gonna fill all the null values with something. I don't know, maybe some value here. So sample r dot for each of the values, if the value function sample, if sample is null, then sample equals x, something like that. Okay, okay. So no, guess not really. Why? Why can't I? Funceton. Of course, there's no funceton. It's the function. Ah, yeah, this. There we go. Yes. But of course. Oh, there we go. So no, it's not like not equal to null. I can't just say like this. I guess I can't just do that. So I don't know. It's not an empty string either, right? Like, hmm. Detect empty value in array. JavaScript. Check empty value in array. How to check if array is empty or not? No. Check array has empty elements. Okay. Empty element. Yes. Undefined. Okay. Empty slot. Undefined. 0, 1. Keys. 1 but not 0. Methods includes index of -1. Empty slot or contains undefined value. Empty slot. So if not I in array, return true. If you want to test only if there is an empty slot, you can iterate manually. Oh, okay. The difference between empty slots and slots with undefined value. Can do something like that. Uh, maybe defined. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna fill it with nulls then. So I can. Oh god, no. No. Hmm. Oh, okay. So it's actually not like like that. Fill an array for each JavaScript. Populate an array. Okay. Index item function if item index item. Okay. So I kind of use a method somewhere in my repositories. I remember to populate um here I think populate an array main.js and it was something. Oh, here it is. Yeah, but oh no, that's for copying the world. Populate JavaScript array for each. So I don't really get like how this fruits for each. So fruits is like these. Yeah, no. That's not what I'm looking for. I guess it's not that you can't do it with this, so I'm just going to sort of fill fill array JavaScript. Just quickly fill an array. Alright, dot fill. So I can fill this with, yeah, of course, just sample array dot fill with null, maybe. No, guess with x. There we go. Now that's something, but something really bad. So, okay, so I guess I guess that's gonna have to do. Whatever. I'm just going to, if it's equal to x, then okay, for each of them, but not really. Like, I need a loop that will find the x's and replace them, like the numbers in the middle of the points. So it's gonna be, I guess, a loop within another loop or something like that. Yeah, so it's just gonna loop twice. So, okay, here we go. For let I equals 0 to um, sample array dot length I plus plus. So that's gonna be the one that's gonna start looking for the x's. So if yes, if sample array I is not x, then for let j equal I, j j equal I, no, while, yeah, and sample r j equals I minus I, the previous value, while sample rj is x, mhm, j minus minus, so that it goes back one step at a time, and it's going to fill the array, the subarray, with uh, intermediate values in between, the two values. So it's gonna be something like I is going to contain the number of elements in between the two numeric values. So I is gonna be the number of chunks, and the number of chunks, you have to divide the difference between sample r, mm, okay, from like the previous value that's not okay, sample r not equal to x, so the zeroth value is going to be not equal to x. Okay, so I'm just gonna say here that the value of last numeric is gonna be sample r 0, and like last numeric here is gonna be sample r I, mhm, so that every time you find a new one, the initial value gets replaced, so that you have a difference between, like, let difference equals the new found sample r I minus the last numeric That's the difference between the two samples, and that's what's gonna get chunked in I chunks. So it's gonna be sample rj for each step is gonna be equal to uh, sample ri uh, j plus 1 minus the chunk. That's gonna be, let chunk equal difference divided by I plus 1, which is the amount of chunks minus chunk, right? So it's just gonna sort of decrease or increase to sort of reach the other value. So this absolutely disgusting loop here is going to do just that, I hope. Oh, and it doesn't really do anything, so I guess, okay, so no, it doesn't really do anything at all. Okay, so that really sucked there. It's not really doing anything, right? Ah, sample R. Let's see then why it's not really doing anything. Let me just console log this. Console log. Just gonna cancel it so that I can maybe focus on this thing here. Last numeric. This console.log last numeric just to see. Okay, so right, so last numeric is 0. Oh no, it's actually, it has a value there. Okay, 0, and then uh-huh. Okay, so yeah. Hmm. 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 Okay. Difference. Okay, so last numeric is going to be it's going to be hmm. I'm thinking that maybe it would be better if I changed, like if I moved all of this instead of live updating here, live updated here, sort of live update this here as well, so that it doesn't tase my CPU with all those calculations. Oh no. Okay, so something's not. Hmm. All right, the sample R fill is what's causing that trouble there. This. So okay, canvas element chords. Yeah, this here is also like, this isn't supposed to go here. It's supposed to go here now. Like this. So maybe okay. Square is not defined because it's not called square here. It's called. I'm just gonna change it here. X is not defined. Oh, of course. This. Hmm. Oh, there you go. But the chunk is like, and also like this is not. Ah, oh God. So it's. Hmm. It's like replacing all the numbers. So it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. So let's see. Okay. Not equal to x. Oops. I totally missed that termination condition there. Yep. Gotta close this one. I can't. Oh no. I made an infinite loop. Damn. Okay. So, guess I'll try to close this. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I froze my Chrome. Okay, that's fine. Let's try once again. Okay, so it was like while it equals x, do that. So I'm just gonna try to brute force debug this last numeric, and then here I should get console log something like difference, just to see if I'm getting the correct difference, and also log the chunk, see if I'm getting the correct chunk as well. Now let's find out why it's getting all those beautiful numbers. Okay, so the chunk isn't okay. Difference and chunk. Ah, okay. So I guess the chunk is really too large here. It's not. It's not really. Yeah, it's not that. It's not how it's too large. Divided by I guess it's supposed to be like this, maybe. Oh, there we go. I think this is it. Yeah, maybe this is it. Because, yeah, yeah. That's right. Minus. Mhm. Oh, okay, yeah. I think this is minus zero point 0.5 probably. Like the lowest point is this one. Uh-huh. And then it becomes less and less negative until it reaches zero somewhere around here, I think kind of jumps from point 2 to point 5, which I don't like. I think this might be wrong. But I like how it's jumping like from this point 5 to 0. Um, I'm gonna try to plot this. I'm gonna try to send this to draw plot. In bundle.js, draw plots, it's place to canvas data. So here, I'm just gonna like, yeah, get an array. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sample R is gonna be a sample array, and so the real value of here, instead of being this, it's just gonna be sample R and the counter, like value.real is gonna be this. And so if that works, like this value is gonna get transferred. Yeah, no, okay. Cannot read property 0 or undefined. Okay, for each property 0 or undefined. Oh, of course, it's because I have not specified that I want the sample R to go here. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes, this is it. This is exactly it. Well, not exactly, of course, but like this part here is what I'm sort of aiming for. Yeah, not quite, but you know, I'm getting there. So here, there's a problem here. Like, I think maybe it's not with +1. Maybe it's just like this. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. Uh, yeah, like I just have to sort of scale it correctly here because it's totally messing up the numbers there. But you know, it's kind of sort of wanting to find a shape there. It's getting close, but it's not exactly what I want. So I have to work on that, on this part here. This is the one that's doing all the doing all the mess here. It's not working correctly. Ah, okay. So let's just try to debug this mess here. So last numeric, then difference and chunk for each of these. So if it finds a value that's not equal to x, then it should start like from the previous value, which is x, and then sort of subtract it from there. Last numeric. Hmm. Is this if here? The difference. So this is supposed to find the amount of steps. Mm, no, not at all. Alright, J+1, yeah, because it's. Now it's yeah, it's not right here is the proportion here. Yeah, also like it's totally messing up. Oh, of course, it's not I. It's the difference between the previous I and the amount of steps. The amount of steps from the last time. Not so I have to not just save the last numeric, but the last index. Let last index equals 0. Yeah, so it's not of some last numeric. Okay, plus uh, sample or last index. Yes, last index, and then last numeric is gonna be um, last index equals I, and in right here it's not gonna be I plus one, just I plus one. It's gonna be I minus last index. Yes, last numeric minus sample R last index. Okay, let's see how that does. Oh my god, yes! This is it. This is exactly what I wanted. Oh my god, but it sort of breaks here. Okay, so this is right. This is right. This is right. Nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice going, yes. So there's a point somewhere where this sort of breaks. Okay, so let's try to. Yeah, like oh god. Like for some reason at. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. That's exactly correct. Ah, now all I have to do now is to sort of replot all of these and I should be good to go. So I guess the function, like the one that I use for this, I'm just gonna fill it out with all the rest of the plotting and calculation and plotting functions, and that should allow me to just enter those values into the little piano. Yeah, I guess it's sort of trivial from here on because all I really have to do is just that. So let's say I want like a sort of a sine function, similar to a sine function, could be something like this, and sort of something sort of like this, with a deformed sine function, and then that I have to transfer it here. Okay, so now I gotta check out here my sample R this, replace to canvas this, and so now like copy all these steps here, out string. Yeah, I guess I am going to get rid of this part because I'm not really using that anymore, and draw to canvas data.fft. Uh-huh. Yeah, Draw the canvas. So I want just the Fourier transform. I don't want all the, you know, all this stuff with the, uh, this is a low pass filter and all that stuff. So I don't really want any of this stuff. Data frequency map. I want this stuff though, like the inverted. Yeah, yeah, I want the inverted one, but I don't want this one. I don't care about this one, and I don't care about this one. So I don't care about this part over here either. Uh-huh. FFT. I do care about this part though. This part here. Oops. This part here. I do care about it. And I do care. Oh, wait. Draw the canvas. Okay. Yeah. Original data frequency map. Oh yeah, because it's doing the filtering here, but so I don't really want to do all these filtering stuff. Um, this part here, I'm gonna just get rid of it, and instead of that, I'm just gonna draw the canvas all in one. Just the data. So I'm hoping that this just draws the here. Okay. So this is the full Fourier transform without the low pass. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, it gets sort of disturbed because there's a low pass filter there. But this one's like the correct wave here. So now I guess all I have to do now is add this to this part and also this to this part here, but instead of okay, so yeah, I guess I didn't need this because this one's just for the yeah, it's the inverted FFT is getting drawn here anyways. So it's not draw the canvas, but replace to canvas here and also here. Save this, and if I do this, oh, oops, that didn't work. Oh, there you go. There you go. But it just gets stuck at one point. I don't know why that happens. I'm gonna need to fix this somehow. Probably. Yeah, like I have to sort of wait a certain time for this to refresh or something. I don't know. I'm guess I'm gonna get rid of like this part here. So I don't want to output everything, and also these parts here, that, so that get this, this. I guess it was just the reporting that was doing all the mess there, maybe. Okay, so there you have it. Yeah. Now I guess I could just like add the low pass filter just to see if that kind of makes things maybe a little bit more efficient. I don't know. Probably not because it's just adding extra steps to the whole thing. So, but I just want to see how that looks just here. Just, I guess, uh, here. Hmm. Yeah, it looks a little bit more curvy here. Let me just. Hmm. Yes, kind of gets a little bit messed up. Yeah, it looks a little bit more curvy there. Oh man, it doesn't work well. It kind of gets stuck. It gets stuck, but then it gets unstuck after a while. So, for example, this here, yeah, it gets a little bit curvy there. So, yeah, now I kind of want to see what that sounds like. So, I'm gonna leave these here maybe, and I'm just gonna sort of try to add the piano and see if I can somehow pass the array to the piano. For that, I guess I could add this, this tones and demo. So I'm just gonna copy tones and demo from tones, JS, synth, tones, demo, and tones. Gonna copy them both and gonna paste them here in synth, paste, and I'm gonna add the JavaScript into my sound.html. Um, yes, but like, what's this? What's this thing here doing that? Special character. Oh, okay, it's just HTML warnings. I thought it had something to do with my source code, but no. Hmm. I guess I could get rid of this because, after all, I mean, this isn't even really a part of what I'm doing anymore. So, this, not this, not this either. Save this. There you go. So, just this. Okay. So now I'm going to add the piano. There we go. But it's totally, it's not like I don't want it to be there. Obviously, looks terrible. Let's see. Let's see why that is. So let's see. Piano, real. Okay, so that's where I added all the numbers. Piano, make key, make key. Okay, I guess this is see, pick definition. Yeah, XY with height. Yes, yes. So I guess that's like where in the screen the piano's gonna get. Guess the width is too big. Just gonna make it all like um a little bit smaller, and the height just 75, and the, like, I guess this is the X position. I'm just gonna add like more. The height is right, so no, that's not like, no, yeah. Y width height. So those are the black keys, but where are the white keys? Oh, here you go. Make key. Yeah, no. So 100. Let's make this 500. Just to 600 maybe. 800. Okay, so 800. It's 800. And so instead of 100, just make this 9. No, no, no. 100, 100, 100. So I gotta add 700 to each of these. So this is gonna be 800, 900, um, 700, 7 plus 4, 1100, 7 plus 5, 1200, 7 plus 6, 1300. There we go. Okay. Now I want to transfer the Fourier transform from here to here. And in order to do that, I am gonna have to, like this piano function here, I'm gonna have to call it probably, instead of calling it from the demo, I'm gonna have to call it from here. hmm So I guess I could use the same technique from here to make it available here. So let's call this var piano no piano no, and so instead of actually running this here, I am going to just define it as I did here. Draw plots. Instead of draw plot, it's gonna be piano no equals this arrow function. This arrow function. But I'm going to add the Fourier here. And so I guess I could have sort of hard coded this here, but not really. Um, so tones, attack, release type, really mag. Okay, so all of this I'm just gonna comment it out. I'm gonna save it though, because I might use it later to correct this. Real animag. Okay, real and imaginary. Like this. And so, okay, real animag. Sawtooth, maybe add this here. So Fourier is going to be kind of a, it's going to be actually weird object type from the bundle.js library, which I should probably transform into like some sort of like data set, like a two-dimensional array with real animag here. Um, but that might prove a little bit difficult, maybe, or maybe not. Like, I think I did it here actually. Yeah, that's what I did here. So maybe if I just copy this, and this is such a mess of function calls, like from all over the place, but I guess it's fine. maybe like here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sort of define this here, but okay. Value I, value real, value imag. Okay. So instead of this, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to like these two variables from here. These two variables from here. I'm gonna just insert them here. Yeah, this is definitely a mess of code, but I really need some help to sort of organize everything here, just to, because it's just all just meshed together like sort of a bad train wreck or something. But it's because I just want to develop this as quickly as I possibly can, and then I'm gonna organize everything. Maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time. I just sort of want to see it working already. So, okay. So I have this real animag. So now instead of these things that I'm gonna output string here, I'm gonna say real um, iterator equals value dot real, and imag iterator equals value dot imag. And so if I call the pianono function from pianono function from here, real comma imag, which is here, instead of Fourier, I guess real dot comma imag should work. If I do this, I should have, instead of all this junk, I should have the like correct Fourier transform, like from here. From here, I mean this one here, because it could have like 128 maybe, like this. I don't know though, like 127 samples, because it's from 0 to 127. Oh no, it should be 128 if it's gonna be from 0 to 127. Okay, okay. So demo, and then this part here, and then I guess the piano, like the demo here, should actually be there before the the bundle, because yes, because the bundle is gonna reference the other one, or maybe as long as I call it from there, it won't be any trouble. But okay, let's see. Okay, so something went terribly wrong because yeah, okay, yeah, that's because of that. Now let's see here. Okay, no, so it's not calling the piano function. So it's not plotting the piano, it's not creating the piano, because it's just a definition. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So I guess if it's just a definition, I'm just gonna get rid of all this. Like, I should probably push my changes. Oh, I've been forgetting. Uh, the name of the folder is behind behind the scenes, rather desktop behind the scenes coding. Um, integrated integrated lines and squares with plot. working on piano. Okay. Right. So tone set wave equals wave. Okay. Right. Right. So I'm just gonna get rid of all this junk because, like, why would I want this here? Oh, it's because there's no audio context, no oscillator or anything. Yeah, I guess. Create oscillator. I guess like this thing here. Supposed to be like this. There we go. Okay. Piano no really mag. Okay. Now this is just here, but if I call it from the bundle, like for some reason it's not getting plotted. Like the piano's not getting, it's not really getting drawn. So let's just see if there's like an error or something going. Oh, there you go. Piano is not defined. Okay. Demo.jsh piano. Oh, piano, piano. Okay, so it's not piano. It's not piano. Okay, demo.js piano, piano, piano. No, just a couple of empty arrays. And okay, so console piano no is not a function. It's all right. It's not a function because it's just not. Don't do anything there. Oh, there we go. It just doesn't play anything though. Oh, it does, but the sound is too. Yeah, it's inaudible. But okay, now how about something like this, and like this, and like this? There we go. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Okay. So it's a working example. It's a working example. Um, an ugly one at that, a terribly, you know, disfigured example, but it's a good working example. I'm pretty satisfied with my work. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave it there. It's a little bit late in the night, and I'm really satisfied with this. So I'm just gonna try to sort of, make it a little bit more beautiful, experiment a little bit with the waveforms, and maybe have sort of a working example that's actually usable across browsers, and maybe make a short video about it and post it on Twitter later on. Like tomorrow, what I wanted to do was work on my professional skills curriculum from Microverse, but I also do a lot of, all the stuff, all the uh, what could I call it? Like just organizing all my Twitch profile, all the video descriptions. I'm going to upload all my videos to YouTube and update my repository so that the README file shows all the work I've done recently. Because lately I've just wanted to sort of, dive into coding and not really worry too much about doing all the other work, to the um, make the project look pretty online and presentable. But tomorrow, like this weekend, I'm gonna use it for that, and also for my professional skills and to do all the non-coding stuff, soft skills part of what I'm doing. But I guess it's been a really great week. I think next week I'm gonna dedicate it to helping out one of my peers at Microverse because I promised him that I was gonna help him out with a project, but I've been just too busy with the curriculum, the Ruby on Rails curriculum, and this that I really wanted to finish. Um, but now that I'm done with this, I guess I'm gonna have time to help him out, and I guess my next episodes are gonna be about me, helping out with making his project a little bit better. But anyway, that's it for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you probably until next week. Bye bye.